morning, everybody. Welcome to the 7th week of training for a half marathon with Armin. I had to take a week off. I had some pretty painful shin splints last week, and I got 3 huge blisters in one single pinky, and it was just awful running on those conditions. So I just decided to basically take the week off, rest and let the body recover. Luckily, I felt like all the pain and blisters healed last night. I've been feeling great, so I couldn't wait to just get going this morning and finally start running again. Okay, we are done. It was an okay run. I think overall I did about 13 kilometers, something like that. Felt pretty much okay. The only thing is that it was so humid. I thought it was going to rain. It didn't rain. The weather stayed pretty bad all this time with like very dark clouds, but it didn't rain any time whatsoever. It just got so humid, so it made the run quite a lot worse, and I finished my water after like 7 kilometers or something like that. But anyway, overall this Sunday run went perfect, just as expected. Right now doing 10 to 15 kilometers is getting much easier. The overall time also was a lot faster than usual. Pace is going down constantly. So yeah, I think next week or next Sunday I'll try to do probably already my half marathon, and if not, I'll probably do about 20 kilometers just to push myself a little more, and we'll see how that goes. My run went so well to the point that I got so hungry during the day. So on the drive back I kept thinking about what to eat, and I got in the mood for something nice and simple that I always like to have readily available in my house, which is Italian focaccia. So in this case, when I got home, I just pulled out a bunch of flour, oil and all the ingredients and made it very quickly. I just mix up the dough with a bunch of flour, yeast, oil, sugar and water, and then I let it rise in the oven just with the light on, so it's nice and warm for quite a few hours before I do the folding like you see here. So it incorporates more air, and then after a few more hours I leave it on a flat pan, and after this process I put it in the oven for like an extra 30 minutes before I cook it. When it's time to finally cook it, I just press in the middle, cook it for about 20 minutes so it's nice and crispy on the outside and super fluffy on the inside, and it's really not too heavy on the stomach. I know that a lot of people like to have perfect diet programs during the running, but for me, I just feel like I consume way too much calories, and I'm literally always hungry. Hello everybody. Happy Saturday. The last video was from last Sunday, and then I had a pretty busy week of work and had a lot of stuff to do, and overall I wasn't able to film much. So the 8th week has gone by and it's been pretty great. Did a few more trainings in the meantime, quite a few runs, and everything went great until yesterday. I went for a quick strides workout, about 7 kilometers, but by the end of it I got quite a bit of pain on my left shin. I started doing quite a few legs workouts and things like this, and everything felt pretty good, but I keep having quite a bit of pain in one specific spot, and I don't have it throughout the day. I only have it when I run, but it's feeling a little bit sketchy, so I'm probably going to take a break for this weekend and not run. I'll have an appointment with a doctor on Monday or Tuesday just to make sure that I'm just having shin splints and no shin fractures, because it's feeling sketchy. It's very much in between being a shin splint and a stress fracture, and yeah, just want to keep it safe. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy this weekend. I'll take you along about this with the stuff I'm doing and the stuff I'm eating. I just had quite a nice breakfast slash lunch. Made some cake, and now I'm heading to the gym at Mesa to climb a little bit. overall today is pretty disappointing of a day. The weather is super boring, super gray. It's been raining quite a bit this week in Austin. Not very sunny, to be honest. So just to improve the mood a little bit, decided to go to the gym and have some fun climbing. Alrighty, done with the climbing. Changing to sweater because it got so cold all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on, but the weather's getting pretty bad and so windy. And it felt like we went from closer to 30 to probably like less than 20 degrees. It's so cold. But anyway, so far it was a good session, but didn't send anything really. And there's a bunch of new stuff here at the gym, and all of the climbs were pretty hard. So they're going to be the new projects for the rest of the week. But yeah, it was still fun. Spent a few hours here training, and now I look forward to go home. And since the weather is pretty cold, I'm actually thinking about getting a nice, either Chinese soup or a nice risotto or something like that. It's funny, you know how sometimes you go and look for something very specific to eat in the evening, just something to prepare for dinner, and then all of a sudden you get in the mood for something different. This is exactly what happened in this case. I just lost all the will to cook and ended up getting a simple pizza. But anyway, it does the job, and I'm still below my total calorie consumption for the day, so I'm still good. And then I just decided to work until later at night and relax, and then have a nice and chill Sunday morning, drinking some coffee, getting a slice of the cake that I made, just to relax a bit. Overall, taking a few days off to heal from my shin splints has been quite stressful. I think one of the many things that happens when you need to take a break from something that you really like doing is really being able to keep your mind under control, because sometimes you feel like going crazy because you cannot wait anymore and you just want to keep on going. You want to train, you want to run, you just want to do whatever it is that you really like to do, and you hate taking breaks. And I think that is definitely quite the lesson in this, just being able to keep your head under control and not go crazy, basically. Because for me, anytime I look outside the window, it basically makes me just want to put my shoes on and get out there and run. And taking the time off is definitely not the easiest thing to do, and it's definitely a good practice, I think, in life, being able to be patient and keeping emotions under control. Everybody, happy Wednesday. So far I haven't been able to film much because, like I said, I'm taking a break from running for a week. I've been doing quite a few exercises for my legs, and those have been going pretty great. I feel like my legs are pretty strong, to be honest. I've still gone climbing a few times, and I'm doing a lot of cycling. So far my body feels great. I don't think I should fear any potential stress fracture in my shins, because I did jump off the wall a few times when I went climbing, and I never felt really any pain. So I think I probably just had some shin splints that I ran on quite a few times, and I shouldn't have done that, and it got a little worse. But overall, taking this break this week has been quite good. I think it was definitely the right idea, and doing all of the exercises that I'm doing now are making my legs feel even better. So I think I'm gonna take a break from running for just a few more days and give it until probably Sunday morning, and then on Sunday I'm gonna go and try to do probably 4 or 5 kilometers to do a first test and see how that goes. And if I find out that the pain comes back a little too quickly, and also it's more painful than I would want it to be, I may just take a few more days off. We'll really see how it goes. To be honest, I feel so stressed for not being able to run. I feel like every morning that I wake up, my body really wishes for me to just put on the shoes and start running. But anyway, it is what it is. So far, I'm just doing exercises, working and chilling. So yeah, sometimes you need to allow yourself a little bit of time off to be able to run more, rather than just do more and then end up being injured later and having to take even more time off. Anyway, today it's a super simple day. I've been working already all morning. I've already taken care of my appointment, so now I'm back at home. I'm defrosting a few New York strips for tonight. I'm probably gonna make some rice and some eggs with that. And right now it's lunchtime, and I'm super hungry because I already got 4 coffees thus far, and my stomach is burning quite a bit. So yeah, probably gonna make some simple bouts, something like that, something light, nice, small, but still fulfilling. And then I'll just get back to work, and I'll see you guys tonight for the dinner. Alright, lunch is done. I'm working on a few more things, but then I thought that since tonight I'm making a bunch of steak and eggs, it would be nice to make kind of like a steak sandwich. So since I'm home, I thought about making some bread. Good morning everybody, happy Saturday. So far this week has been pretty fun, a little slow but fun. Overall the road to recovery is working out pretty well. It's a first day actually that my legs do not feel painful in any way whatsoever. I've been doing some exercises even last night and they feel strong, and I was actually able to put them under some stress to test out machines and stuff like that. Feels great. So I think that today is Saturday, so today I'll be going swimming and doing some sauna still, just to take it easy for the very last day, let's say. And then tomorrow morning we'll finally run again. One thing that I started to do in the last few days of my resting period is include some swimming routines. I used to swim a lot when I was a kid, especially in Italy, but then I stopped, and I think I did miss it a little bit because I actually quite enjoyed this day swimming. It definitely wasn't the easiest. I felt like I was actually running out of breath quite a bit faster than I thought I would. I still need to definitely work on my swimming skills and my technique to get as good as I used to be. And also, I didn't realize how hard it would be to swim again after a long time. I got a lot better at running, and my stamina got a lot better, but I think swimming actually did kick my ass this time. So it's definitely interesting to going back to swimming a little bit, try to include it in my routine to get myself even better with my stamina. Good morning everybody and happy Sunday. It's finally time to be able to run again. I woke up super late today because between the swimming and the sauna yesterday I got knocked out, and I literally couldn't wake up this morning. I had an alarm at like 6:30, 6:40, 6:45, 7, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, 7:30, and I was going crazy trying to wake up, but Jesus, I was really knocked out. But anyway, I'm now heading to Zilker. I did already a bunch of stretching in the house before leaving. Legs feel great, and technically my Garmin wants me to do a pretty long run today. I think 16, 20k, something like that. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna start around probably 8k, 9k, something like that, and see how my legs feel for that run. And if everything feels good, I'm gonna finish the run. And if I feel pain coming back, I'm probably gonna cut it short. But anyway, super excited to finally run again after a week. It was definitely a good idea to take some time off. I didn't want to risk it, but I'm also super happy with the fact that I found out that it doesn't seem to be anything very wrong going on with machines. It seems to be very much related more to muscle, and between the exercises that I've been doing and stretching, things are feeling much better. So yeah, let's go run. Alright guys, we are done. I'm actually pretty happy. I was a little bit afraid that this morning's run was going to be pretty bad, considering that I didn't run throughout the week. But then yesterday I went swimming and I did a bunch of sauna, and I spent some time in the sauna. And to be honest, I was pretty knocked out last night. And even this morning I wanted to wake up early like I said, but I wasn't able to. So I was pretty afraid that it was going to be a bad day. But actually it went very, very well. I was supposed to do like 16 kilometers, but I stopped at like 11.8 because I started to feel my legs a little bit sore and I didn't want to overdo it. But the first 10 kilometers actually went by super well. I'm super happy. Literally no pain in my shins, no pain in my legs basically at all. I have some pain in my right ankle, but I'm very aware of that pain. It's because I went back to my older Hoka shoes, and I started correcting my form. And overall, between correcting form and the exercise and everything, I'm going back to my older way of running, which I think feels much better for my body. Overall, I had literally no pain whatsoever. The 10 kilometers I did actually went by pretty well and fairly easily. My Garmin wanted me to keep a pace of like 6 minutes per kilometer. I went down to 550, 540 sometimes. And I actually didn't even feel like that was hard at all. So overall, it went by very well. I'm super happy. Now I'm gonna go and take a cold shower and a cold plunge just to make sure that my legs are gonna be fine tomorrow. I cannot tell you how happy I am. I've been waiting for this day. I was really hoping that today was gonna go well because I didn't want to take more time off from running. So yeah, you could say I'm very excited. And for those of you that may be starting to run and may be going through the first couple of injuries or pains around the body and you're wondering about what to do, to be honest, number one thing that I have to say, definitely work on running form. Even though it's not perfect because everybody's got their own way of running, at least knowing how to align your upper body, lower body, and how to keep your hips, that will help a lot. Running will get a lot easier once you unlock that form. For me, as soon as I started doing that, I could breathe better. I had better control of my overall pace, and I could actually feel the right muscles actually engaging now. Do spend the time in the gym to at least train your legs. You need to do proper mobility and strength exercises for your legs. Focus on basically everything. The stronger your legs are, the better your running will get. Like, you may be doing 5-6 kilometers easily, but as soon as you start going over the 10, your legs will feel that. And the only way to make sure that you can keep on moving without risking injuries, or at least even just run better overall without overdoing anything that may cause you to get injured later on, spend the time in the gym to do proper exercises. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube. You don't even need to go to a physio, to be honest. I had a lot of appointments with physios that just kept on telling me different things, and I could never really find a final solution. And guess what? I just spent a bunch of time on Reddit. I found people that were going through similar problems. They gave me the right links to the right workouts, and I just kept on doing those almost every day. And now my legs feel so much better, to be honest. This concludes another new week of training. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.